Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to refinish the brick to the back staircase. This house was built in 1952. It was moved here in 1969, and when they moved the house they had to reinstall the brick wainscoting that goes around the house and do the back staircase. And since 1969, a lot has happened. People have spilled things. Furniture and appliances have gouged out the brick or scarred it up pretty good. There used to be a refrigerator butted right up against the staircase, and someone spray painted the refrigerator, and it got on the paint got on the brick. I don't know for certain, but I have a feeling that people have probably put floor wax on that brick just to try to make it look better. But it's just time to do something with it. The brick is beautiful on this house, and I just want it to show. So what I'm going to do is take my angle grinder, which I'm sure you've seen me do in other videos, and if you haven't, I redid the brick in the laundry area, and I'll put that card right here. And then I sealed it with wet look, which is what I'm going to do with the steps back here. I didn't know until it was too late, but RCH Builders, whose channel card I'll put right here, informed me that they actually make specific wheels or sandpaper that is made for refinishing brick. Well, I didn't know it was too late, but thank you anyway. So this is going to be a small project, but I hope you enjoy it. So let's get started. Okay, so let me put on my mask and let's go. This is what I've gotten so far. And I had to stop filming because I really needed to pay attention. But now that I got my groove, I'm going to do this last step for you and let you see how that's going to turn out. What happened was there used to be a refrigerator right here, okay? And they spray painted it and didn't protect the brick, so that's what that is. So let me take a break, get some fresh air. My arm is shaking because I've been using that angle grinder, but it's making a mess, as you can see, which I knew it would, but it is what it is. So I'll be back. pick everything up. I'm going to take the hose, clean the lens on the camera, get a hose and hose everything down, and then I'm going to let it dry. I think that'll look a lot better. So let's get it wet and see what it looks like. I know the lighting's kind of puny. I mean, it's really starting to come down out there, which is good. I will have to get the Dremel tool and get in the grout lines, but I gotta let the dog out and let all this kind of dry and then reassess what I need to do. I really want to make sure I'm done with the angle grinder, and once I'm thoroughly done with the angle grinder, then I'll get in here with the Dremel tool and get the grout lines. I'm going to stop for now. I need to let the dog out, and I will see you probably tomorrow. If you watched my other video about doing the laundry center, which I'm almost done. I had to put that on pause to get some things done outside so it's not too hot. I'm using a Dremel tool, probably all the wrong bits, but I don't care. I'm just using what I have, and I got a slew of them, so I'm just going to use them, and I'm going to just get these. I gotta turn on the vacuum cleaner. And I'm gonna open up the door. Fresh air. I'm gonna put my mask on. This is an N95. There you have it. That is clean. I got to wet it you know, I gotta wash it real quick and then let it dry again and then see where I need to do any touch-up. Because when it's got dust all over it, you wouldn't believe how much stuff you miss. And as you can see, the Dremel got away from me in a couple of places, which is okay because I got to go over this again. So once I have all that done, then I'll wash it again, let it dry, and then I'll come out tomorrow and seal it. Now I'm going to have to get the spray paint off with the angle grinder, which is fine. And right here, and there's where they poured the concrete pad, I need to get that off as well. That doesn't really bother me, but, and there is liquid nails on this right here. In the first video I made, probably going on 10 years ago, I pulled, I think it was AstroTurf, that someone had used liquid nails to put that AstroTurf on, and I used, I think it was paint thinner. No, what did I use? Oh, I used paint stripper to get it off. I totally forgot about all that. But I'm not going to worry about getting it all off because that was hard work and it's really not noticeable. I don't care. But this right here, I do notice the white, and the brick is so busy, you know, that it has a lot of color to it and a lot of movement. Because see, now I'm starting to see, isn't that neat how that does that? But anyway, I'm starting to see the different colors and things like that, which is what I wanted. You couldn't see it because of all the grime on it. Now, that looks like there's something still on the top, but it's not. That's actually in the brick. I'm going to try to buff it down and see if I can't get to the red, but we'll see. And here's some more over here. I'll try to buff that out. I don't like the way that looks. But you can see right there, I hit it with the angle grinder, which I'll straighten out. Don't worry about it. And I know it was pretty white. There's some spots in here. But I think overall it looks pretty good. So let's let it dry out and see where I need to touch up with the angle grinder. Yeah, see all this right here? I gotta get all that off too. See that? So once it dries, I'll get the angle grinder, come get all this extra stuff off. Hit any other places, I can't do anything about that. That's just years of moving refrigerators and furniture. And we'll see. It's been a few hours. I've had the fan going and everything's dry. I did go back over it with the angle grinder. I got rid of a lot of things that, you know, Mars and stuff that I made. And I got most of the paint off. I didn't mess with that. I couldn't get down in there. I'm not really down in that little area. For some reason, it just wouldn't come off. So I'm not really worried about it. I think I cleaned it up pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and put the wet look on so it can dry overnight. All right, The stairs look a lot better. This right here and over here, that is the brick. That is the brick. So I really after it pretty hard, so I don't know. All right, so let's go ahead and just get this on. Put it over here so I don't accidentally knock it over. I got my pajamas on, guys. I'm doing this. I went inside, got a shower. All right, so let's get this on here. And I'll do the other ledge. I'll do the ledge all the way down later. Alright, so it's saturated and I will be back. I can smell my steak, so I need to go. So here you go. It's been 14 months and it still looks good. This prism effect is the window tint or privacy tint that I put on the window. It does this. But it looks really good. The only thing is it's still sealed, but it's not that wet look because I walk on it. Now you can still see that it's kind of shiny where you don't walk. And you can see that in the grout it still has that shiny effect. But it's held up really, really well, except it lost its luster where you step. In case you're wondering, the threshold is still holding up fine. The cement is holding it in place. I haven't had any issues with it. And that was a fun project. I could have done better on the sides. Anyway, I think it turned out great. It looks really, really nice. And I'm glad I went ahead and just put some striations in here to keep people from slipping, because I was worried about having that sealant on here and it being slippery. It's still very smooth. It's easy to keep clean. I will be having more sanding projects. As you can see, all the way down over here, it's pretty bad. There's just dust and paint. It's basically what the whole wainscoting of the house looked like. It was terrible. But if you have a chance, use the right sanding disc. I like it. It was worth it.